Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect, episode 162. Today's date is Halloween, October 31st, 2022, and I am Duds, or Duds versus known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. I forgot it was Halloween today.
Yeah.
That's strange. We're doing a recording on Halloween.
So if there's random doorbell rings in the background of my voice, you guys will know why.
Yeah, we had our Halloween already, and there was a ton of kids.
You had your Halloween.
Yes, I had mine.
Mine is quite literally today, and I don't have my porch light on, but that's not going to stop kids. Last year, they still rang the doorbell.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe someone will answer and give them something, even if it's not candy.
A good whack and get off my lawn. Now, I'm not that mean. It's just, I don't like dealing with strangers. Like, Halloween is like the worst holiday. Halloween's my favorite time of year, but my least favorite holiday. I don't like scary things. I don't like random strangers coming to my door. I don't like Halloween parties, especially the more older I've become, the less like them. Like, we had an office Halloween party today. I literally walked in, grabbed a cookie, and walked out.
Huh.
Like, I'm gone. See ya.
We have a Halloween party every year at my house. It's something my wife loves. She loves Halloween. She likes, dressing up and the whole, I don't know. She loves scary movies. Everything you don't like, she likes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do it every year. We have a bunch of people come over. It is a good time. But yeah, I feel like we celebrate Halloween too much. Like there's, I don't know. I feel like Halloween's not the best holiday to go all out for, and we do. So
yeah, the only thing I've got my eyes focused on is Thanksgiving, and not because of Thanksgiving itself, but because I have that whole week off work. That's gonna be nice.
I will be away on Thanksgiving. Yeah, they have a shutdown at a plant. Right after Thanksgiving, I'll be away for a week doing maintenance.
We'll have to get that scheduled out.
Yeah. And then Christmas.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that'll probably be the last show of the year, because usually December's when we take our break.
Yeah.
Gives Carl more than enough time to get caught up.
Yeah, I haven't done my job in the snow, and I'm not looking forward to it, but...
As someone who had to do the warehouse job in a non-heated warehouse, let's just say I'm glad I live in the South. It does get below freezing here. Like, a lot of mornings I'll wake up to 15 degrees, 5 degrees. It gets that cold here. But usually by the afternoon, it's 40s and 50s. So it's not too bad. Anyways, what have you been up to this week, Jimbo?
Halloween. We did Halloween party.
Nothing else.
Like I said before, it was a good time. I dressed up as a prisoner. My wife was a cop. And I tried to make this little thing for my costume to where I had like a ball and chain. And I was going to drag it around the whole party. So like made of foam or plastic. And it broke right before the party.
Nice.
Kind of upset about that, but yeah, I tried to super glue it with the plastic chain onto the foam ball.
Doesn't work.
And you can't super glue foam, so it ruined it right there. I'm like, well, there goes that.
Super glue works really good with two, I want to say flat surfaces, but it's really any surface that pairs well. So if like you break a vase or something and you can put the broken parts together and there's barely a seam, super glue will hold that seam really well. If it's porous like foam, it's not going to hold at all.
No.
Hot glue is what you want to use for that. Or if you can get a lighter, you can burn it and melt it together.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go right there.
Hacks.
I played a little bit of Minecraft.
I saw you on.
Yeah, I was on for a little bit. I did a little bit with my base, but not much. I didn't have too much time, but I don't know. I'm just been out of it, I guess. Haven't been as motivated to play lately, but hopefully soon that'll change. The update isn't very big and it's not as motivating, but...
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
We'll see.
I've lost some steam too.
Yeah.
I was sitting here this week. Basically, once I put my episode out, I didn't get back on Minecraft till this weekend. And it's just one of those where, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say video performance is a reason, but, like, it is an identifier. Like, when a video underperforms, it's obviously not great.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're not feeling the creativity, you can't lean on, well, people like what you're doing anyways, so keep going. So this week kind of came down to what do I need to do in the base and what do I need to go for. Like, I knew I was building a ton of rooms in this base and I knew all those rooms had to be dug out. So I knew I'd probably need a lot of beacons. Well, to get a lot of beacons, you need a lot of iron. So I was like, well, it's time to build an iron farm. And then I remembered my Ripple Season 3 iron farm constantly spawning cats in my base, which I absolutely hated. So Ripple Season 4, I put the iron farm underground. But then I never saw the iron farm work, so I never knew if it was on or not. I just had to trust that it was working. So now I had to figure out a way to send the iron golems up to surface level while the farm was down below, so the cats wouldn't spawn. And it was just it's a lot of tweaking and stuff. And it's a cool looking farm. I'm like combining parts of Tango's latest iron farm to get it to work. I've had to change some stuff around, but it works. I just have to build it. And when you don't have that motivation, like the last 2 days, I've been fighting migraines. Basically, I think we were messaging back and forth about recording yesterday, and I was like, I've got a migraine. So when you said you couldn't, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I got home late last night. 7. It was around 7.
Mm-hmm.
And, having to eat, shower, get cleaned up, probably wouldn't record till 8:30. And had to work again today. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I went to bed at 9:30 last night.
Yeah, I probably went to bed around 9.
And now I'm yawning.
We're getting old.
I was asleep by 9 o'clock, and then I was up again at 4 because my migraine medicine ran out.
Mid-sleep?
Mid-sleep. So I was up since 4 o'clock this morning dealing with it.
I always felt the best medicine for that was sleep.
You would think.
Maybe that's hangover. Maybe I'm thinking something else.
Maybe. I thought it was like dehydration or something, so I've been chugging water. Now I gotta pee all the time. Oh. Yeah, so I've been doing an iron farm. It's coming along. The farm itself is done.
No cats.
I don't know. It's not activated yet. I've hidden the
Okay.
zombies, so the villagers can't see the zombies.
All right.
But I need to do the water stream that forces the iron golems up, and it's not as simple as just putting soul sand down, because they can't spawn in soul sand, because technically soul sand is not a full block.
Right.
So I have to manufacture this thing, and then I have to fill this tube that's 5 by 5 and 63 blocks tall with solid water. So Aerington brought me a conduit so I can work without drowning myself. I probably could have gotten away with a water breathing potion.
Yeah.
But the conduit's more fun.
Mm-hmm. Now you gotta set that up.
Yeah, but I've got some Prismarine I bought from KC, and I can literally put the conduit just near where I'm working. It doesn't have to be in the tube with me. As long as it's in water and I'm in water, it'll work.
Okay.
So that won't be too bad. And then I'm working on a super secret project that may never see the light of day. I've talked to some of the Channel 64 guys about it. Basically, I want to do a storytelling episode that has nothing to do with any of the SMPs. That's a standalone thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of writing a storyboard for it right now.
Mm.
Will anything come from it? I don't know. It might not happen. It's going to take a lot of work. If it happens, it'll be months down the line. It'll be if I can get people to help build sets, people to voice lines, and all that stuff. That's another thing. But I don't want to overhype it in case it doesn't come to fruition. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
But to help with creative block, I decided to try to do this. We'll see how it turns out.
Doing something different breaks up the monotony a little bit.
Exactly. So even if nothing comes from it, it may jumpstart my creativity in Channel 64 or my single player world or something.
Yeah, no, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. Should we move on to the news?
Yeah.
So there's a couple things. We're going to start with the one thing that's going to get very old for me very quickly, and that's the changes to the creative inventory.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. A lot of little things, moving certain blocks and plants and changing colors and changing icons.
I think there's new categories.
There's some new categories. I'm not going to read through the list. This to me feels like an ore generation thing, and it very much...
Oh, don't say that.
It very much drove me crazy by the 5th time I was reading it out. So I'm just going to say there were changes to the creativity or creative inventory. I like what they're doing to creative inventory.
Mm-hmm.
It worries me, though, that that's the main thing that's being worked on, Or at least the main thing we can see that's being worked on. Obviously, they're working on other things.
Yeah, it was exciting to hear at Minecraft Live that we were going to get, little bits of the update, week by week. Maybe not every week, but maybe every other week, and just, see what's coming to the game. And to get inventory for the creative menus, kind of like,
it's a letdown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect anything big as of right now. This is pretty cool. I don't know. I guess it's a good start.
Well, and let's put it into perspective too. For the average Minecraft player, this isn't a big deal, but it's nothing to get worked up about either. For someone who has to talk about Minecraft news every week, it's a letdown. If I was just playing Minecraft, I'd be like, oh, cool, moving on. But as someone who has to talk about the news, it's like, okay.
Now, when you're in the creative inventory, GUI, do you go through the tabs and scroll through the blocks you need or whatever you need, or do you type it in?
It depends.
Because I usually use the tabs, and sometimes I do get confused, or sometimes I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling just to get the block I want.
If I can't find it within a couple scrolls, I'm hitting search and typing it in.
Honestly, I think that's what I do too. I do that quite a few times. Like, but this would be way quicker to just start typing it.
So I always forget glass blocks are in the blocks inventory, not in the decorative inventory. So most of the time I end up just searching.
I always start with blocks, unless I know it's like, I don't know, the other one's redstone or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they're like scattered. Like you'll have your oak stairs in the stairs portion of the blocks inventory. I don't know, it was confusing.
I don't even think it's in the stairs. I think it's by itself. At least oak is. One of them is. There's a stair block that's just like by itself.
Yeah? I can't remember.
I don't play in creative that much.
Me neither.
Usually if I'm in there, it's testing redstone, like doing the iron farm. I went ahead and built the farm in creative world because I needed to test getting the iron golems to rise on this the spawning platform to go up through the water tube. So I had to do some creative building there. And so I was mainly only ever in the redstone tab or in the just grabbing the ugliest block I could so it stands out when I was building.
I went back to the snapshot, right?
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned last show that I did it wrong. I was supposed to access the 120
data pack.
Yeah, data pack. And I couldn't find it. It wasn't there.
Did you create a new world?
I created a new world with the snapshot. I couldn't find where it is. Maybe I'm doing something wrong again.
It's when you're creating your world that you have to turn that on.
When I'm creating it?
Yeah.
Jeez, a wheeze.
When you're doing your seed and everything.
Oh, okay. See, I was in the game and I was trying to...
Oh, yeah. No, you're not going to find it there.
Oh, crap. I was saving that for the show, saying, I can't find it again.
Well, and see, that's just it. You are not the only one that's having this issue. There's a couple people having this issue. And it's obviously because the new way of doing things is so different from the old way.
Right.
That it's taking a bit to get used to. I still like this way better, giving the ability to turn features on and off. The only thing I'm not a fan of is having to create a whole new world to do the features, because I was kind of looking forward to doing my own survival with the 120 features as kind of an added bit. But now that I can't do that,
Yeah, I'm sure it's, once you've done it once and you know how to access this, it's not a big deal. But it's just getting to do it. I don't know, being confused about something new. Like, no one's ever done this to access this, so you don't know where to start. But, if you listen to the show notes, maybe you'll know.
Yeah, when you're creating a new world, there's a button that I believe says data packs, and the experimental 120 features is on there in bundles. I don't know if they call it 120 or if they call it 119.3. Because again, I haven't accessed this. I generally try to save until the update's fully released.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's 119.3.
Just so there's no confusion, the snapshots are for 119.3, but the data pack is called Update 120, and the bundles data pack is called Bundle on the world creation screen under data packs.
Some other changes were they changed the colors of the camel spawn egg. They changed the camel walk animation. They're not big changes. Fin skates no longer provide center support beneath them. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
At first, I was thinking that meant path blocks could be path blocks underneath fin skate, but I've not seen a single person talk about this.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. Center support. When you place a fence gate, normally doesn't have to be a block underneath, right? That's the first thing I think about.
Yeah, but if you place a fence gate and there's a path block underneath it, it turns it to a dirt block.
Right.
And so I was thinking maybe now a path block stays the path block. You won't have to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
No one covering the snapshot has talked about that. So I don't know if it's as cool as I'm thinking it is, or it's just kind of a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We got more chat reporting news.
Oh, speak of ore generation.
The chat reporting screen now shows when players being reported. Rejoin chat. I think I copied that wrong. Added draft player reports. I guess if you're starting to basically report a player, but you don't send it, you can save it to your drafts. Which, if you're familiar sending emails, basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Did we get the new skins?
Yes, we had the new skins come out last episode.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they were released.
I was talking about how I was worried that, or not worried, I was griping that the skins were taking so long to come out. But then they came out immediately, so I was like, okay, no longer gripe. That's a good job, GG.
Yeah, I was always curious if that was part of the update or if that was just something they were going to give us.
I think it was just getting all the different versions of the game available to the skins.
Okay.
The way they made it sound, they made it sound like they weren't done designing the skins, even though they showed off every skin already in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, why is it taking so long? There's the skins right there. And I'm pretty sure it was just getting it ready for every version. Because it came out like within 3 days.
More ones and zeros type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff we would never understand.
Nope. We do not have any listener comments this week. This is actually one of the first times in months that we haven't really had any.
You would think after the update, it wouldn't be so slow.
One, I think that ties into it's a very small update because we're getting smaller updates now.
Right.
So there's not a lot to talk about. I mean, we kind of talked about everything when they first released, and what's the big change this week? Creative inventory. Not a lot of excitement about that. I mean, there is some, don't get me wrong. But again, the average player is not going, yay! Which is kind of what we are. I constantly putting ourselves in you in the general average player type.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing this professionally. We're not making content professionally. We're doing this out of our spare time. We're literally coming off work, eating dinner, taking a shower, recording, and then going to bed.
Yeah, and I see my kids starting to get more and more into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last week. Not sure if I mentioned this, but they're playing together on the Xbox, and they never do this. The older one gets control of the Xbox and doesn't give it up. But my 10-year-old and 7-year-old have been playing together, and they come in the other day after like days of playing. Like, Dad, we're going to the Nether. We're going to do it tomorrow. We're going to go in the Nether. We got a portal built, and it was exciting to hear because I remember the first time I made my portal and I was going into the Nether, though I had like YouTube and stuff to to show me how to do it, and I'm sure they picked it up off somewhere to find their way to the Nether. But the fact that they played all the time in creative and survival was too difficult, and now they're on their way to the Nether was really cool to see. Actually, I haven't heard much about it. I need to ask them how it went.
Mm-hmm.
They probably were like, they went in, died, and they gave up, rage quit. That's what I can see. That's what I imagine.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember back to the first time I went through the Nether, and it is a jolting experience. I can only imagine what someone walking into the new Nether experiences, especially if you're in the Crimson Forest biome.
Yeah.
There's death all around the corner there.
Or the basalt deltas.
Yeah.
That can be difficult. Yeah, I'm curious. I'll have to get back to you guys about that.
Yeah.
How their Nether adventure went.
Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there, miners and crafters. This is Link. Come and join me on the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to hang out with the people that work on the show and other fellow listeners like yourselves. The link is in the show notes. Join today and let's discuss the game we love.
Should we move on to the Mending Minecraft vote?
We can do that.
Like always, our Mending Minecraft vote is on our Discord. And this week we asked you to choose between one of 3 items for us to discuss and improve. Your choices were Hoe, Book and Quill, or Totem of Undying.
And the winner of Mending Minecraft this week is Book and Quill with 27 votes. The Hoe had 9. Totem of Undying is 12. I have a hard time saying Totem of Undying sometimes. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I always slur them together.
When I saw what won, I go, it's a Book and Quill. What else do you want it to do? And then I realized it was against a Hoe, which has got a ton of changes lately. I shouldn't say a ton of changes. Has got a ton of blocks to mine lately. And then you have a Totem of Undying, which does exactly what it says it's going to do.
Yeah.
So really, like, it wasn't like there was a real good pick this week.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Few things on the Book and Quill. A Book and Quill is an item used to write written books. It can be crafted with a book, ink sac, and a feather. Expert level librarian villagers have 50% chance to buy 2 Book and Quills for 1 emerald. Also, I think on Bedrock, you can buy Book and Quill for 1 emerald. Don't have that on here, but I think I remember seeing that.
I think I remember seeing that too.
Yeah. By pressing use item while holding a Book and Quill in their hand, the player can open a text editor GUI. Using this GUI, the player can write a single book up to 100, that's in Java, and 50 in Bedrock pages long, with up to 798 characters per page. Once you finish writing in a Book and Quill, you can then sign it, and it will become a written book. After that, it can no longer be edited again. The title of the book can be up to 16 characters long, and the player cannot paste into the title. A workaround for the 16 character limitation is to manually rename the book at an anvil, which always costs 1 experience level.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Thought that'd be fun to share.
Cool.
We all learned something today.
Mm-hmm. Let's go with my first fix. I would like to be able to lock the book so other people can't write in it, but you can write in it.
Okay.
You don't have to sign the book, because once you sign the book, you're done. There's no fixing it.
Right. You might see something you forgot.
Yeah, I like the idea of a personal journal. Having a Book and Quill that's locked to everyone else but you. Maybe you could also place screenshots in your journal. Maybe you can attach a compass to it as a new way to navigate without using the F3 screen. Could be idea. I mean, how great would it be to open a journal, have the compass on the left-hand page, and a list of locations with coordinates on the right page?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe the compass can have coordinates built into the design at that point. So not only does it tell you the direction to go, but it also tells you where you are. And
yeah.
Another thing is you should be able to dye books different colors.
I like that.
So it'd be like a shulker box. All my redstone shulker boxes are red. Anything that has valuables are blue. Building stuff's usually purple or something like that. So if I have a book for a certain thing, allow me to dye it. I mean, Book and Quills aren't stackable anyways. So changing its color isn't going to change its stacking properties. It's not like you're going to have 16 unstackable items now or whatever, 16 different stacks.
I think when it's a written book, when it's signed, you can stack it.
Yes.
I believe, because you can make copies. Wouldn't that be where you get your color? Then again, it's got that enchanted look, doesn't it? The written book.
Yeah, written books have the enchanted look, I think.
I'd rather it be colored than enchanted.
Yeah, I'd rather it be colored than glowing.
Mm-hmm. Like, what would make it enchanted if you sign it anyway? I don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, because as of right now, all Book and Quills and written books, they all look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice to identify them without looking at the title or who's written it. I guess in Bedrock, when you sign it, you can manually put your name in, or whoever's name.
Really?
Yeah, that's in Bedrock. It doesn't sign the name of the person who's written in it. It lets you edit the author.
Frank's aplenty with that feature.
Right? That's the first thing I was thinking. Man, you can really set somebody up. Blackmail.
Yup.
The first thing I go to is blackmail. Jeez, what's wrong with me?
We can tell what kind of player Jimbo is.
I got away with it too.
The Book and Quill is a good item in the game that has very limited uses. So going with the current idea of expression, which is what we're being told this update's about, it would make sense to be able to have a personal journal of sorts to constantly carry with you.
Mm.
Just my thoughts.
It does work with the lectern. Yeah, the lectern.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you could place it on a lectern and edit there.
Can you actually edit on a lectern? I don't think you can. I think you can just read on a lectern.
Oh, you might be right. I don't know. I know it's, you can use it with the lectern. It doesn't have to be written, but you can actually place.
Yeah, see, I just did this week for my episode, and I can't remember how I did it. I know I did not write it on the lectern. I just placed it.
I have a book and quill ready to write something in there that leads to my next episode, but I don't know what to write. I have to write that. It's like one of my next things.
It was very hard for me to come up with stuff, too, because I'm trying to add lore
Right.
into my episode and stuff. And I'm like, how can I add lore that I can base an entire season on?
I'm not the best writer.
Same.
I don't know, to make lore out. Like, there's a character that has to write this. It's not me, myself. This is a book I found, so I need to make it sound like something or someone else has written in this book, and I have to word it differently, I guess. So that's what I'm up against. That and like 8 other things at this point. I'm not sure. I don't think we have anything in the Discord about the book and quill.
No, it's been all quiet on the Western Front here lately.
Yeah, normally people would give their insight on how to mend these things.
Yeah, and this is where I don't want to sound negative on the update, because I'm liking where the update's going. But with such little stuff shown, I don't think the hype's there.
Yeah.
I think the hype has already waned, and people aren't very interested.
Yeah, the fact that there's just a handful of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take out the mob vote and the skins, there's only a few. It's
Right.
pretty small as of right now.
And some of these items are stuff modded players have been playing with for years.
Mm-hmm.
The hanging signs and bamboo wood. Modded players have had several different new wood types for years. The one thing is, I saw a ton of people agreeing that signs should have words on front and back.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't heard any Mojang devs talk about that. It's one of the big things I'm looking out for.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be an easy way to implement that. I know players are like, well, I just click on one side and walk around to the other side, click on the other side. But that's not how sign GUI works.
Right.
It's when you place it is when you have to write on it. So my only thought is when you place it, instead of seeing the one sign you're going to write on, you're going to see 2 signs. And that's how you would write it. So each sign would be facing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, a different way. And you're just going to have to memorize, this is the sign I'm facing. Maybe that's it. Maybe the top sign is always the sign you are facing, and the bottom side is the back side.
Yeah. Do you think of anything else to add?
No. I think we've maxed out the book and quill hosts as much as possible. This will be a shorter episode. There's just not a lot going on this week.
Yeah. I noticed we saved the ad or skipped it.
We've skipped the Discord ad because the script does not allow me to... I can't think tonight.
Yeah, I was waiting for the ad.
Yeah, no ad. We've skipped it tonight.
It's too late. Can't do it.
Or maybe your producer managed to fit it in seamlessly anyway.
My brain's not functioning. I was telling Jimbo, we're recording this on a Monday night. I can't do recordings after work anymore. I'm just so fried all the time, and with my head killing me. This has been a rough recording.
Yeah, Sundays would be after work for me. Sundays are kind of slower at work. Though this Sunday we got held up.
We also said we were going to record on Saturday nights, but we have not recorded on a Saturday night since we said we were going to record on a Saturday night.
Yeah, we might have done like one, I think.
I'm usually free. It's very rare that I have a Saturday night where I'm not free.
See, Saturdays are like my only day off, and usually we'll go out to eat or go do something, so it's kind of like my only free night is, doing the podcast, and, my wife would like to go out and do something. So normally, I'll be like, oh, I'm out to dinner, or, oh, I'm doing this at the in-laws, it always makes us reschedule, usually.
Well, we can talk more scheduling in the post show.
Right.
Because a lot of you guys suggested that you would like to hear behind the scenes stuff for the post show instead of us coming up with another topic. So we'll do some of that.
Yeah, we can do that.
But main topic, we needed to think of 3 things that we thought could come with this update. Now, I'm seeing one of your things is something I've already mentioned
Hmm.
in my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I think I know which one you mean.
And then one of your thing actually works really well with my number 3 thing.
Yep, I see that. I was like, oh, he didn't say this. So,
And here's the best part. I had something different there. My number 3 was very close to your number 3 this morning. And then while I was at work, I went, you know what? This might actually work better.
yeah, my number 3 was kind of like, I don't want to put this as my number 3, but could go there, but I couldn't really think of much else.
Let's start with your number 3,
My number 3 is bundles.
which are in the update.
Yeah, they're kind of giving it to us with the snapshot and all the other 120 stuff. So I feel like they are trying to get this thing right. We do have an inventory issue. Everyone mentions it. This could help out a little bit. I mean, it's not a big, what is it? What is the word I'm thinking of?
I have no clue what you're trying to think of it.
Big fix. I don't know. I was thinking of a bigger word. I guess it's not a big fix with the bundles to help inventory, but it does help with small things. But yeah, this is one of those things where it's kind of giving it to us. I didn't want to put it in here as one of the guesses of what's coming because it kind of give it to us. But I couldn't really think of anything else because there's not really much of a theme as of right now. I can only go off of what we got so far, and there's only a few things to go off of.
Yeah, and my honorable mention, there we go, was backpacks.
Okay.
I thought backpacks could work well. Again, I'm going off of a King B-Dog's tweet where he said the theme of this update is expression, self-expression. Well, myself wants a backpack. I don't know, customizing a player's backpack is just like customizing a player's elytra wings, is just like customizing armor types. To me, it goes hand in hand. Again, there's some GUI that needs to be worked out and how you would access a backpack and what would make it different from a shulker box. Honestly, I'm to the point where, like, give me a shulker box, I then have to wrap that shulker box in leather and I wear it like a backpack.
Yeah.
That would work out perfectly because it's still an in-the-game item. You have to go get a shulker box to get a backpack. It works out pretty well. I'll go with one of my least hot take items. I guess I'm mixing words up too.
I just can't think of them.
Yeah, my head's pounding and my pain medicine's worn out, so I need to take some as soon as we're done. But my number 2 was a new banner pattern. We started to get some good banner patterns, and then we didn't get any with the last update.
Did we not get it?
I don't think we did. The last one I think we got was Caves and Cliffs, and it was the cubed earth banner pattern.
Is that the last? I know, we got the snout pattern.
That was Nether.
Yeah, okay. That's when it came? Was it in Caves and Cliffs? Okay. Always felt like it's something you had to find. That's something you can get from trading, right?
No, you gotta find these.
I've got the earth pattern from trading.
What? I didn't think you could.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, sure enough, it says every pattern is renewable but snout.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the Nether update. So you're right.
Yeah, you can. When I was trading with, I can't remember who it was. Fletcher, maybe? No, it couldn't have been the Fletcher. The Loom villager. What's that villager called? Can't think of it.
Oh my god, why would you do this to me? We're having so many troubles with words, and now you're wanting me to think of a...
I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
We're supposed to be covering Minecraft, and we don't even know it.
No,
I knew the pattern thing, though.
This has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, but when I was trading it was one of the last trades. It's like expert level.
Yeah, it says like level 8.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, I got the globe pattern. I was like, oh, cool. I've never seen this pattern.
I didn't know you could trade for it till now. That's awesome.
I was just thinking if there was a pattern that you can find exclusively, like the snout that was given to us, and I couldn't think of anything besides that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see when the last one we got. Oh, the globe came in 114. The villager, well, that makes sense.
The villager update.
So the snout is the last one we got. Why did I think we got a banner pattern in Caves and Cliffs? Man, I'm all over the place tonight.
You got discs.
Yeah.
You can find, but not patterns, which is a good reason to get more patterns.
Exactly.
It's been a while. That was 116, right? The snout?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more banner patterns. What about you? What's your next one?
A desert upgrade. Now, I know I talk a lot about updating biomes.
Yes.
When I think about the overworld, that's where I go. I like the scenery. I like exploring and traveling. And when you go to the desert, it is dull. And now that we got camels, I feel like it's a good opportunity to update this biome. And we had, what was it, a biome vote a long time ago. I think we were going to get palm trees and meerkats with the desert upgrade. I think that's it. Was there different cactus?
Flowering cactus.
Flowering cactus. I'm not sure if that came with the desert or savanna or badlands or what it was.
Savannah came with tumbleweeds, I think.
Yeah. And the baobab trees.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a fun thing to say.
I really want baobab trees. I think they look so good.
Me too. I would take the baobab trees over a desert upgrade, even though the desert is so, plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, those look cool. But, with palm trees comes another wood type, and they just gave us bamboo. So, wouldn't get too, I'm not too sure that we're going to get a desert upgrade. It's just, like I said, I don't see much of a theme. We're getting camels. As of right now, I see some kind of traveling theme, but you mentioned there was a theme. What was it called?
The Express Yourself.
Yes.
Update.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
That's not exactly word for word what was said, but we talked about this weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember now you mentioning that. It wasn't a tweet.
And we'll obviously need more items to come out, whether it be biome update or physical inventory update. Maybe it is another tree update. We need more before we can really start jumping into it. But I can't disagree with a desert update. The camel kind of tends to push to that. And like you said, we have a biome vote in the wait with the desert.
Right.
So it would make sense to, especially because I don't think deserts need to be improved a ton. Just a couple little things like adding an oasis biome alone would probably be enough to upgrade the desert. Because like you said, you're adding a tree. You could probably make the biome have a random small body of water, some random path blocking around it, and the palm tree. You'd probably be fine. There's not a lot to the desert.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to add palm trees to the desert, they would need to be added to beaches as well. There's a bunch of beaches, biomes, and that's where you find them most of the time.
Yeah, but beaches got updated last update.
Yeah, but they're kind of, I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know how hard it would be to add trees to a biome.
Right. That's the only thing I'm saying. Just add them there. Because if they're going to be in the desert, are there many palm trees in deserts?
No, that's why I specifically said the oasis biome.
Yeah.
So you'd have a desert oasis.
That's where you find them.
And then that's where you would have palm trees.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. The meerkats, I'm not too sure what they do. Can't really remember what it is.
I don't think they told us.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned much. But yeah, that's what we were expecting with the desert update or desert upgrade.
My next item is new chests. It really does sound like I'm hammering home the inventory thing, but I promise this, obviously, new kinds of chests are not going to improve inventory. And I'm totally basing this off of concept art. That we got from the Deep Dark, where they had drawn stone chests. So the idea of having different kinds of chests are obviously there, especially when you add barrels and shulker boxes to the mix. So maybe new wood type chests would be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would deal with the old chest, because it's obviously...
It's a mix.
Yeah, it's its own thing, and it's a mix of woods. I always am just using whatever wood's in my inventory to craft a chest. Chests are always trash wood to me. I'll usually just go grow a jungle tree or a giant spruce, chop it down, and then that's my trash wood. Obviously now bamboo is going to take that role.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking we could get different kinds of chests for different kinds of woods, and that would be another good way to express yourself with your storage.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking of when we came up with this topic, and I saw it on your side of the show notes. I'm like, crap, you got the new chest down there. Can't believe it. That was like one of your first things you put.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. Someone shared a concept art of different looking chests with the wood type.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, man.
So other people are thinking this too.
Yeah. And I was like, man, this would be something they could add here because of the whole, the new signs, the express yourself. There's not much of a theme, though, it was kind of put out there. But this could go with the update, and I'm like, maybe they're onto something with the new chest.
I think the hardest part is because we have the new mechanic for how you attach chests together, because you could obviously rotate them now and putting them side by side. That was a big thing for Java players for the longest time, was you couldn't put chests next to each other. They'd always try to connect, or they'd fight each other. So you'd always have to do a chest, trap chest, chest, trap chest. All the way around. Now that's not a thing anymore. So, but having different kinds of chests means when you're doing double chests near each other, that might be another bit of a hassle. But it's something I would love to see. Having different kinds of chests. And please let the spruce wood be a pirate treasure chest looking thing. That would be amazing. It can still be square and rectangled, but pirate shaped would be... That's all I want.
Yeah. Now, the only thing I could see this hurting is your ability to make a chest. Like, usually you can use different types of wood to make make that one chest. Any type. You can use all the wood types and combine them to make that one chest. Yeah, it would just make more sense to make the chest that type of wood. Just because, like, you're going to put a warped wood chest together and it look like an oak chest? Like, that does not compute.
Right. Yeah, I mean, chests are such a big detail block in Minecraft. Chests, barrels. If you talk to Jess, even shulker boxes. The guy builds with shulker boxes as blocks, guys. Having different kinds is a huge, huge upgrade. Even if it does make life a little bit harder, I would take it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if, like, the trap chest stayed that kind of chest. Because to make all the wood types into their own trap chest, too.
But then it wouldn't be a trapped chest. It would be a redstone signaled chest.
Yeah, it would be, a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Could trap anyone.
So there's some unforeseen circumstances, but...
So my last guess, I guess you could call it.
I'm going to let you say what yours is, and then I'm going to say what mine is, and then we can talk about them.
Okay, I have custom shields.
And I have different weapon types.
They go hand in hand. Yeah, I've been asking for different types of shields. We have one shield, one way to make it, and, it does the same thing. It'd be cool to have different looks and different types of shields.
Could you imagine an iron shield that comes with knockback built into it because it's entirely iron?
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Maybe a normal shield, because they've done some tweaks to shields and what shields can block explosion-wise. What if only a netherite shield can stop all explosions?
Yeah, any explosion, yeah.
Any explosion, yes. Maybe a wood type, the durability isn't as strong or something. I don't know. I like shields in Minecraft, but they're very boring.
But maybe you can throw the wood one.
Yeah, that could work too.
I was just thinking outside the box a little. But yeah, it'd be cool if you can put enchantments on them also. Maybe there's some custom enchantments just for the shield. I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, and for me, different weapon types. The latest couple weapons we've gotten are just huge disappointments. We got the crossbow. No one uses a crossbow. Compared to a normal bow, it's useless. We have the trident. If you're not fighting drowned or guardians underwater, it's pretty useless. Though channeling trident with getting mob heads with the charge creepers is very useful.
Riptide can be fun.
Riptide's fun. I wouldn't necessarily call it useful.
Yeah.
It comes in handy. It can be fun. If it's raining, it's useful, but it does rain a lot nowadays. What am I saying? So.
Yeah, it's kind of like if it's raining or...
Wait, is that why it's raining so much? Is because Mojang wanted us to use Riptide more?
That could... You could be onto something there.
I don't want to be, but...
That could be a thing. Though we... As of right now, we live in a desert. Well, I do.
Yeah, you're one of the only ones still living in a desert.
I'm like the only one there. Like, hello, and there's a big echo.
We've got new players on the server, and one of them's already moved out of the desert before Jimbo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Snow's moved out.
Oh boy, I'll be moving out.
But yeah, having a staff, having a crossbow that's actually functional would be nice. Basically, I like the idea of staffs. I liked the idea of tridents. Having a ranged weapon that's not a bow and arrow is a very cool idea to me, especially if you're just stabbing, you're not necessarily throwing. I like those ideas. But the hit power and the amount of hearts it takes is just too low. I'm trying to think back when we've had any kind of changes since 1.9. I mean, a lot of people have stopped using swords and they've gone to axes because if you do it right, you can one-hit a couple mobs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a crossbow should one-hit mobs.
I don't make a sword until I get diamond because an axe does everything I need.
I'm still using an iron sword.
But it's got enchantments.
Oh, yeah, it's fully enchanted.
Yeah.
But those enchantments were, I got lucky on a couple, and then I combined it with another iron sword that I had found. And it just worked out to be a really good iron sword. But like you said, I have a diamond axe that hits just as hard. So if I don't need sweeping edge, I just switch to the axe and kill something.
Yeah, sweeping edge is like the only thing that is a step up from the axe. I mean, there's other enchantments too that help.
Mm-hmm.
That especially. Looting. Looting's a big one.
Yes, looting big.
Looting big. I don't know why you sound like a caveman there, but kind of did.
It's probably because as the longer we record, the more stopped up my nose always gets. This happens every recording. I'll be fine. I'm hitting my nose with nose spray before the recording, and an hour in, my nose is already starting to stop up. I don't know why it always does that, but it does. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, same here. We'd like to hear what you guys think is coming to the game.
Yeah.
Let us know in the Discord.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's going to do it for today's show. Before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aerington, Aubni, BoboPlaysGames, FragileRock, Funkyllama, Casey Plays Games, Loki, Nathlech, and viperoustuna. If you too would like to get access to exclusive benefits and extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/thewithering effect.
And if you like the show, you can share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com, tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear throughout the show was created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink some milk now. Bye.
See you guys.